Well, g'day from Darwin in the top end of Australia. My name's Jon Davis. Not usually a big fan of unboxing videos, but I happened to take delivery today of a brand new Joyo AC40, which is this little guy here. And I thought, why the hell not? Let's put it through its paces and see what it's got to offer. The first thing I notice, I've literally just taken it out of the box. The first thing I notice is that when you hold it by its handle, it sits off center. So, you know, it's got a bit of a lean to it. Not a huge issue, but something they could have looked at when they were doing the engineering. Anyway, let's put this little baby through its paces. So we've just opened the box, and this is your Joyo AC40. It's got a couple of 8-inch speakers, 20 watts a side, so it's a 40 watt amp. There's your little box if you need to see it. And the best part about it, it's battery operated. So it means if you're a busker or something similar, assuming it's got some legs to it, you should be able to take it out and use it without a power point. Inside the box, there's the manual, of course, and a power supply that you'll need to recharge the batteries. I'm sure it'll run off a power supply as well. Over the top, let's have a look at what we've got. And so there it is, your top line is your guitar channel, 3-band EQ and volume, pretty simple. Bottom is a mic channel, and it's only got a TS input. It doesn't have an XLR, so I don't know whether that's balanced or not. And it's also got guitar effects, chorus, delay, and verb, which is your stock standard effects for guitar. Now, straight out of the box, I'm not expecting that it'll have any power to it, but if we give it a... Okay, I take that back. It's got some power to it. Don't know how long that'll last. I don't know how much it's got in it. That's the little handle I was telling you about. I'll give you a quick look. From a distance, it just doesn't quite hang straight, but that's no real big deal. I am noticing some noise. It doesn't go up when I hit the volume on either channel, but it does have a tiny little noise floor that you probably want to be aware of. Alright, let's plug in and see what it sounds like. Let's plug in. What I'm going to do is set the 3-band EQ at 12 o'clock for each of the bands, you know, bass, middle, treb. Just to get an unbiased idea of the sound. Grab my old faithful Tommy manual, which I hope is still in tune. Too bad if it's not. And just play stock standard G chord. Let's have a listen. That's already going to start feeding. I just turned it to 9 o'clock. The volume. Holy crap. Now this is not EQ'd, but you can hear it already starting to take off. Wow. Wow. If I turn that volume to 12 o'clock, this thing's going to run away. There you go. That's got a lot of grunt. Okay, I did notice one little thing there. I don't know if you can hear that. There's a tiny, tiny bit of squeal that changes pitch as you raise the volume. Sort of like that. That was me, by the way. Anyway, I've kicked it up to full volume. I won't pull the guitar straight up to full volume, but admittedly I'm in a bad place for it, I'm standing right in front of it, but that is quite a powerful little amp. They're only $300, they don't cost a lot. Let's have a listen at there. Throw the chorus to 12 o'clock, see what we've got. Wow. Even at 12 o'clock, that is a really, really lush chorus, in fact probably a bit too rich. Okay, check the delay. I'm assuming if I put it at 12 o'clock, it'll be fairly broad. There's a lot of feedback. That's full delay. And this is at about 9 o'clock. We'll see what we've got there. Ah, right. So that the delay isn't so much about feedback, it's about the time between. It's about your rate. So that's not so bad. Yuck. Add some verb to it. Let's give it 12 o'clock reverb. Wow, it certainly doesn't need a lot of the effect. Kill that delay, I don't like that. I'm not sold on the delay and the verb. Might just roll off a bit of the mids too, just to see if that freshens it up a bit, which it does. I'm pretty impressed with that. It's a $300 amp and it's running on a battery. Okay, that's the guitar part done. It doesn't have an XLR input for the microphone. So, by the way, this is my trusty SM58. I had to put a new shield on it, but I bought that in about 1989 and it still works. So, plug it in, but of course you've got to use the tip sleeve jack input, not the XLR balanced input. That said, let's have a listen. It's only got volume and reverb on this channel, and I'm wondering how loud that's going to be. 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Check, check, check. Check, check, check. Right, well that's at about 9 o'clock. And admittedly I'm in front of it, so I understand that it's going to start to ping. And the verb, a little bit of reverb. So I'm stepping away from it a little bit. Yeah, look, it's a very, very platey reverb and you don't need a lot of it. Yeah, that's sitting on about 2 out of 10. So, look, I'm pretty sure it'll make a reasonable little busker amp. I'm going to give it a go in a minute. Okay, so I've popped the little guy down here in front of me. By the way, I have laryngitis at the moment, so you're going to get a Christopherson-y kind of song or some Joe Cocker or some Tom Waits, because it's about all I've got left. I've thrown the 58 just onto a stand that's on my desk, normally for voiceover stuff. The amp is in my soundproof booth, anti-reflection on 180 degrees, but it's coming straight out. And the Tommy Emmanuel, beautiful guitar from Mason. Let's just see how this thing sounds. I'll have to sing over the other side of my head, just because I can't be bothered pulling a mic stand. I've seen the morning burning golden, the mountains in the skies. Loving her was easier than anything I'll ever do again. little bit difficult trying to sing over my shoulder like that, but that's with it angled away. I'm going to angle it to me to see what it sounds like. Certainly for $300 it wasn't so bad. Hear the clock, 6 a.m. Feels so far from where I've been. Got my eggs, got my pancakes too. Got the maple syrup, everything but you. Break the yolks, make a smiley face. Kinda like it, my brand new place. So I spots above the mirror, there's no keys in the door. Never put wet towels on the floor anymore, 'cause dreams last for so long, even after you're gone. And I know you love me, soon you'll see you were meant for me, and I was meant for you. So, I'm going to turn that off, I think. Really, whoops, I thought I'd turn that down. Slaps, for $300, it's the Joyo AC40. It's a busker amp, battery powered, reasonable chorus. Not overly happy with the delay reverb, but they're there, and just if you give it a little bit, not too much, not so bad. Same with the vocal channel, and it's got a lot of grunt. It's a loud amp. I don't need to take any of that level over about 9 o'clock, really. So it has a little bit of a noise floor on it. You can certainly hear it hissing this much, but it doesn't amplify as you turn the volume up, so your signal to noise ratio isn't so bad. That's really the only complaint I got about is a little bit of noise there, and the delay in the verb could be just a touch better. But for $300, you're getting a really good amp. I'm quite happy to take this out and do a busking session at one of the markets here in Darwin very soon. So there it is, the Joyo AC40.